Francesca Polini, as Heather was explaining, she did get support, but not everyone does. It's a bit hit and miss at the moment. So this scheme, is this a good idea?
It is. It's definitely a good idea. It's one step in the right direction, but whether it's actually going to solve the problem, I have very serious doubts, because the question we need to ask ourselves is why there are so many older children in the system still, and what are we doing to avoid that from happening?
Well, we've had a lot of government talk about making it easier to adopt. Is it making any difference?
It isn't, and so the problem is that because we're not making the process faster, these children spend too much time in their birth families before they're removed from the families, and more importantly, they're then shuttled into the foster care system, where they're shunted around the system and accumulate even more neglect than it started with. And as Heather said, with the best will in the world and the best training in the world, which is all that the new parents are being offered now, they come with such a huge baggage of problems, mental illnesses, aggression, that it's going to be really, really difficult for parents to deal with. And so unless we tackle the problem at the root, we're just kind of putting a sticky plaster on somebody whose leg has been chopped off. It's just really only going to scratch the surface, I think.
Are there the families out there, Francesca, to adopt these children? And what does it take? What sort of person does it take?
It takes people, you know, the thing is, with the best will in the world, as Heather said, or even the best preparation, the best training courses that you've been to take on 1, 2, 3 children who've been subject to abuse and neglect for the best part of their normally 6, 7, 8 years of their lives, it literally takes professionals. So, and for parents to be able to deal with that, it actually takes them being supported a lot more than even this scheme is offering throughout the first few years of the adoption life. So absolutely a good idea, but it takes a lot more to actually overhaul the system as it is at the moment.
So Heather, Francesca, they're saying that this is too little, too late. What more do you think should be done?
Well, I think that probably depends very much on the family. I know a number of adopters, and you know, you said before, what does it take? It takes more than love, it certainly does. It takes a huge amount of support, as I say, for the adopters. You have to feel really empowered, that you know that you're supported, you're empowered, you're getting it right, and when you're not getting it right, when you're making mistakes, that support is on hand. I mean, I think this is a great move to offer what I believe is going to be 24-hour support for the first 2 years. Whether it's enough, I mean, we've had our boys now for over 4 years. We still access support when we need to. We know that our agency are there. And even 4 years on, and I imagine 10 years on sometimes, that is still important, because things can be triggered for these children. So whether it's absolutely enough, I guess it's never enough, but I think it's a really, really positive move.
Step in the right direction. Heather Dickinson and Francesca Polini, thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely.